Bonsoir. Let's jump right into going deeper with animals vocabulary. I know you must be thinking, how can we go deeper? It's just animals. Beth, beef, cow. What is that? Another word that we use for cow is vache. V-A-C-H. V-A-C-H, vache. And sometimes we will say vache, Beth. But when we're talking about it like food in English, we wouldn't say, I'm going to have a cow tonight. I'm going to eat cow. So in Creole, we don't do that either. Instead of just saying bœuf, which means cow and beef, we would say viande bœuf. I will eat beef. Moi pral manger viande bœuf. I will eat. Moi pral manger. Meat of cow. Viande bœuf. Moi pral manger viande bœuf. Now the second example, it has to do with the French and the Creole mashing up together. So we have what I would coin as French Creole. French Creole meaning some French words can be used, but we have our own word for something. So when we say cheval, which means horse, we can also say cheval, C-H-E-V-A-L. C-H-E-V-A-L, cheval, is the same as saying cheval, horse. They are interchangeable in any region of Haiti. So I wanted to say to someone, how many horses do you have? Combien cheval ou gagnez? How much? How many? Combien? I can say cheval, I can say cheval. And then, do you have? Remember, we do not say do in a question. Combien means how do, how does. How many do, how many does. Combien cheval ou gagnez? Notice I did not add an S. I did not say combien cheval yo, because it could be one horse, it could be multiple horses. And like I have told you, if we are not certain of a quantity, how many children do you have? We keep it singular. Combien ti moun ou gagnez? Combien petit ou gagnez? So how many horses do you have? Combien cheval ou gagnez? Remember to répéter no matter where you are, okay? This is really good to listen to in the car while you're cooking, because after a while, you don't even need to watch the video. You can just listen, écouter, et puis, and then répéter, okay? So cabrit and cochon are the same examples that I gave you for Beth, right? We wouldn't say in English, I'm going to eat a pig tonight. In English, people will say, I'm going to eat goat. A lot of people say goat meat. So in Creole, we say meat of goat. Viande cabrit. So if I wanted to say to someone, do you want to eat goat meat? I would say, est-ce que vous voulez manger viande cabrit? So est-ce que is what we put at the beginning of a question that does not start with who, what, when, where, why, which, and how, so that we know the answer is going to be oui or non or a choice. Yon choix. A choice. Yon choix. C-H-W-A. A choice. Yon choix. So someone's going to say chicken or goat or oui or non. Okay? So, est-ce que vous voulez? Question. You want to? Est-ce que vous voulez eat meat of goat? Manger viande cabrit. Est-ce que vous voulez manger viande cabrit? Okay, so cochon is the same thing. Okay, so we would say meat of pig. Viande cochon. If I want to say that pig meat is delicious, I would say viande cochon goût. Now, goût has no literal translation into English. Please always remember when I say that to you. Don't just wait for what does it mean in English. Remember when I say to you that something does not have a literal translation to English, which means you use it expressively. So, viande cochon, meat of pig, yummy, tasty. Viande cochon goût. Bien fait. Now, in English, you would say that an animal cackled, that is a clucked, a chicken, or a rooster when he goes cock-a-doodle-doo, right? They're clucking. In Creole, sometimes we will say they're singing, cuckoo, but sometimes we will use the word for clucking, caudacy, K, accented O, D-A-S-E. So, cluck, for an animal to cluck, a chicken to cluck, a rooster to cluck, it's K, accented O, D-A-S-E. Caudace. So if I want to say the rooster clucked and then he sang cock-a-doodle-doo, I would say coq la caudace et puis il chantait cuckoo. So the rooster clucked. Coq la caudace. And then he sings, or we imply past tense, he sang. Et puis il chantait, to sing. C-H-A-N-T-E. Chanter, like a chant. Chanter. So it's literally the spelling of the word chant with an E. And then he sings, and then he sang. Et puis il chantait, Kukuyoko. Kukuyoko. That is our version of, I can't even say it in English, cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay? Okay. Coq la caudace et puis il chantait Kukuyoko. Bien fait. Now, we learned that the word rale, R-A-L-E, is to pull. But it is also what we use when we want to say something is crawling. When a child learns to crawl, we say rale, li rale, li con rale. She knows how to pull, meaning pulling her body along. So if I wanted to say the snake is crawling, I would say the snake pulls his body. So it would be this way. Coulev la rale colle. The snake pulls, so coulev ends in a consonant that is not an M or an N. It ends with a V. So I use the form of the that you've learned in lesson 2, which is la, which follows those word endings. The snake pulls. Coulev la rale. Body belonging to him. Kali, contracted because ka ends in a vowel or a nasal blend, which means we can easily contract with mwen, ou, and li, which you learned in the contractions in lesson 6. Kali, one syllable. Kal. Coulev la rale kol. Bien fait. Now, the word monkey, macaque, in English, people would say back in the day, quit monkeying around. We have a expression also. Sometimes it can be very negative. Fait macaque, doing monkey. This means you're acting like a monkey. Could be negative, or it could be silly. Fait macaque, acting like a monkey. So if you want to say stop monkeying around, si spana fe macaque. On a lighter note, si spana fe macaque. Stop doing. Si spun ap fe. Ap means it's happening right now. So that's your ing tense modifier. Happening, doing, sitting. Ap fe, ap shita. Si spun ap fe macaque. Si spun ap fe macaque. There is another expression that we have when someone is joshing us or monkeying around with us or teasing us. Remember, this has to do with the 80%. A lot of the cultural tips I am using in the going deeper vocabulary because they intertwine the cultural teachings with the going deeper in the vocabulary. And this is one of those times where if I say to you, ou fait macaque, you're acting like an idiot, like you're monkeying around with me. Or, wap fait macaque? Ou ap fait macaque? Wap fait macaque? You're monkeying around, you're joshing, you're joking around. Lancer, R-A-N-S-E. Lancer is the same way. You can use the word jouer, like to play, right? That's technically to play. You learn jouer in leçon 3 and de in your verb and action vocabulary. Jouer means to play. And in English, you could say, quit playing around. In Creole, we would use jouer also in that sense, but we would use lancer, R-A-N-S-E, in that sense. Like, don't play with him like that. Pas lancer avec elle comme ça. Or, jokingly, pas lancer avec elle comme ça. Don't play around with him that way. Don't tease him in that way. Don't kid around with him in that way. So don't kid, don't play around, not play, okay? Parler with him. Avec lui, you learned in leçon 6 in the contractions, is a special contraction. You drop the K, avec, and you contracted with moins, ou, or li, because now it ends in a vowel, and it can keep its amount of syllables. Avec, avec. So, don't play around with him like that. Pas jouer avec elle comme ça. Comme ça means like this, like that. K-O-N-S-A. So whenever you want to say in this way, in that way, like this, like so, K-O-N-S-A. Comme ça. So, you learned that moustique and maringouin means mosquito. They are interchangeable. What if you want to say mosquito net? We say moustique. You spell it like moustique and you add an accented E. So it's M-O-U-S-T-I-K, accented E, moustique. Accented E means that the vowel is short. E. So you get right off of it. Moustique. So if you want to say, they gave me a mosquito net at the clinic, you would say, yo bam yon moustique nan clinique lan. They give me, or you can imply past tense, they gave me a mosquito net. Yo bam yon moustique. How did I get bum? You learned this in the special contractions. Bum, moins, give me. Because bum ends in a nasal blend, if it ended in a nasal blend or a vowel, it can contract easily if moins, ou, and li come after it. So give me, bum, moins, bum. It works. So they gave me a mosquito net. Yo bum yon moustique. At the clinic. Nan clinique lan. Remember when going deeper with leçon de, teaching you the forms of the, I told you we have a cheating form of the. If the word before the ends in any consonant, even M or N, S, T, K, R, L, J, you can use L, A, N, lung, as the. Okay? The clinic. Clinique lung. So they give me a mosquito net at the clinic. Yo bang yon moustique nan clinique lan. Okay, so there is an expression, you know the word rat is rat. That was so easy. It's spelled like Creole, English, and it can sound the same way as long as you remember to keep your Creole R, your tongue down. Rat, rat, rat. Okay? So we have an expression in Creole where it's like you speak Creole so well, so quickly, that it's like a rat going by quickly. So we would say, he speaks Creole like a rat. That means really quickly. Li parle Creole tan kou rat. Tanku means similar to, like, not I like you, or I feel, or I'm like this. I mean, it does mean I'm like this, but not that I like something. I love, like, I care for. It means as, like her. She is like her. She is as her. She is similar to her. Similar to, okay? Tanku, Tankou. Okay? She's similar to him. Li tanku li. Okay? But we would never say they're similar. Yo tanku. No. There has to be what is the person similar to coming afterwards. Okay? She is like her. Li tanku li. Speaking Creole, like a rat. So you have the what is similar to coming afterwards. In English, you could say they're alike. You cannot say yo tanku. If you want to say something is alike, you use the word same. M-E-N-M. Mem. So they're the same. Yo, mem. M-E-N-M. Okay? So if you want to say he speaks Creole like a rat, li parle Creole tankou yon rat. But we sometimes don't say like a rat. We would say like rats. Like rats. We're implying plural, like all rats. So we don't need yo. Li parle Creole tankou rat. Okay. So we have another expression, which is to speak Creole like water. Not meaning that it's fast, but that it flows well. It's not choppy. It flows. I want to speak Creole like water. Mwen vle pale Creole tankou glou. I want to speak Creole. Mwen vle pale Creole like water. Tankou glou. I want to speak Creole like water. Mwen vle pale Creole tankou glou. Now, you learned that the word lizard is zandolit. So for us, you can say that lizard is zandolit, but we have a lot of chameleons in Creole, so sometimes we use another word for lizard, like if it's like a chameleon, and that would be mabouya. M-A-B-O-U-Y-A. You hear this nowadays mostly in the most out of reach parts of Haiti, the deeper villages, the highest, deeper mountainous villages, where we would say mabouya. M-A-B-O-U-Y-A. You will really impress your Haitian friends when you say mabouya for a lizard. Anything that I teach you in going deeper and you start to say, Haitians will be like, Kodase, fait macaque, ton coup, ou parler bon Creole. You're speaking really good Creole, because the going deeper vocabulary it means going deeper into Haitian Creole. Okay, so if you want to say, I am terrified of lizards, like chameleon lizards, you would say, Mwen pe mabouya net. I'm scared of. Remember that your action words have the prepositions in them already. And so do most of the adjectives. To be afraid, afraid of. Mwen pe. P accented E. Mwen pe. Lizards. Mabouya. Completely, totally, net. And accented E-T, to be completely, totally. I am totally afraid of lizards. I am completely afraid of lizards. I'm downright scared of chameleons. Mwen pe mabouya net. So in English, you would say, I'm totally afraid of. I'm completely afraid of. I'm downright scared of. In Creole, though, we put it after the subject. I'm afraid of lizards completely. I'm afraid of lizards totally. I am afraid of lizards downright. Mwen pe mabouya net. So you learned the word oiseau, which is bird, and I think it's important to learn the attribute, the feather, which we use the word in Creole, plumes, which could be used also in English, right? So plume, P-L-I-M. The interesting thing about this word plume is it also means pen, because it used to be a feather. P-L-I-M, plume, feather. So we wouldn't say the hair of a bird. We would say the feathers, the plume of a bird. So if I wanted to say the bird's feathers are very beautiful, plumes oiseaux a très belle. The feathers of the bird, plumes oiseaux. Feathers belonging to birds. Possession, possessor. The. I use the vowel form of the a, which you learn in lesson 2, when a word preceding the ends in a vowel. Zoazo, a. Zoazoa. Remember, the must come right after the word before it. Plumes oiseaux. Very beautiful. Très belle. Now, as you know, if you wanted to, you could have said belle en pile. You learned this in leçon 4. When you put en pile, a lot of, much, after a descriptor, after an adjective, it becomes very much. Belle en pile, beautiful, a lot. Beautiful, much, very beautiful. So you could have said, plumes oiseaux belle en pile. Or, plumes oiseaux très belle. We do not use say. The bird's feathers are very beautiful. Very beautiful is not a subject. It's not a person, a place, or a thing. It's a descriptor. Therefore, it's not concrete. So we do not use say. We completely omit it. What about wings? That's another part of a bird. So for the wings, we use the word zèle. Z accented E-L. Zèle means wings. Z accented E-L. So if I want to say the bird is flapping its wings, I would say beating its wings. Bat, zèle. B-A-T. To beat is to flap wings. Bat, zèle. So the bird is flapping its wings. Zoazoa, ap, bat zeli. Again, I use a vowel form of the from le sonde for zoazo because it ends in o, a vowel, zoazoa. So remember, the comes after the noun phrase. Zoazoa, the bird, ap, learning this, it's happening right now, is beating its wings. Ap bat, zel, belonging to li, possession, possessor. Zeli. Zoazoa, ap bat, zeli.